Hello everyone, I was late to this. I know I couldn't upload a video. It was late when the trailer dropped, so I wasn't going to do a reaction video, and I couldn't record yesterday. But I still want to get my thoughts out, like I do for the trailers and the build release. I know I didn't do a Volume Man, but that's because I didn't care. And like Omni Man's like the first guest character I actually like kind of knew a lot about beforehand. Except Joker, I guess. Yeah, Joker would be the other one, and Spawn to an extent. Um, but yeah, like I watched the show, I like the character, you know, and I didn't care for him in Kombat 1 because he doesn't suit that game. It's one of those cases where they pick the character out because he's violent, and like MKS's whole thing ties in with like superhero stuff. Like you got DC crossovers, right? So you got the Peacemaker, Keeper, whatever one it is, the John Cena guy, and you know I think having DC characters makes sense. I think you keep that crossover going because that's like the one recurring thing MK collabs have. So that actually has like a bit of history behind it. So that's cool. But you picked a guy who's never even been in Justice League, had him debut on the other NRS fighting game franchise that isn't the DC one. And it's clearly just because of John Cena. Like, I don't think many people care about the character. I mean, people are more like caring about the fact that, oh, it's John Cena. And it's weird because NRS made like a WWE game, like a goofy mobile game, and it gave like all these wrestlers like crazy fucking personas. And he's another he gets another like bootleg Superman type thing. So they could have done that, I suppose, giving you like a whole guest theme with just bootleg Superman. That probably got repetitive, and I assume they haven't done that because, you know, you don't want John Cena in this game. He can play a guy, but it's not John Cena technically. I think that's the distinction. But yeah, I feel like they're better DC characters. I know you have to pick from like the villains because of dudes can't do fatalities or whatever. Even though there's like how many edgy AU stuff, like I don't know why that would be off the tables in 2023. I wouldn't like to see it, but you know, like bringing in like I don't know Deathstroke maybe because he was in because DC continue with the Joker thing. Maybe do him. I don't know. Because he's another gun guy with like some extra stuff. I know Peacemaker or whatever. He has some extra stuff. Like his helmet has powers or whatever. So I don't know. I think his moveset might be cool. It depends what they do. If they make him a zoner, it'll probably be not fun, but we'll see. We'll see. And Homeland sucks. Like the character's just bad to begin with. It's just like one of those edgelord characters. In fiction, I think he's heavily overrated. And again, another character's only in because violent. That's the only criteria for a guest. One, be a man. Two, be violent. And then you get to be a guest character in Mortal Kombat. It's crazy. But focusing on the MK side, I like the MK side. I'm just over Quan Chi here. I think Quan Chi should have started off the comment pack to mirror Shang Tsung's song of MKM's comment pack. Also, Quan Chi should have just been base roster. Him and Ermac is pretty much confirmed at this point. They were going to be base roster. It's got 22 plus Shang Tsung for the base for launch. And it's normally like two more characters. Quan Chi and Ermac clearly meant to be in. And it's cool they're not just NPCs, of course, but bullshit DLC pricing. They couldn't meet a deadline, so they're punishing the players by making us one wait, two have to pay for them separately. God, I hope they have their skins because they have alt costumes. These two. It seems like they're giving up on giving DLC characters skins. The customization is just gone downhill. But Quan Chi, if he has his stuff, he'll have some cool stuff because they basically doubled his cosmetics in this game. Because he had like what MK4 costume with the fancy little outfit. You have the Day Alliance shirtless costume. And then you have like MKX, which is just a variant of the Deadly Alliance costume. I guess a fourth if you count the MK9 alt, where he just has like a red vest on or something. It's very basic. And here we got like 3 new designs for him. So just perma on his character mastery. Like, character mastery is such a good idea, and they do very little with it. You know, like your mastery caps at a certain level. Again, the rewards end at a point, it has to. But I feel like the level should keep climbing. I know they made it for your profile level, it can go past 100 now. So that's cool. Do it with the mastery, because I think having character levels is really cool. But if you just max him out after, I don't know how long it actually takes to master him, but I've seen a lot of people have mastered every character, so clearly it's not like a crazy long endeavor. I don't know. There's so many ways to do this game. But on this trailer itself, good. Good stuff. Probably the best trailer they've done. The Chameleon cameo is fantastic. Definitely one of the coolest ones yet. Like, the cameras are very fucking cool. Like, not gonna lie, they are very cool when they do them right. I just wish there were more. I just wish they didn't waste 3 slots on a Scorpion, Sub-Zero, and Kung Lao cameo, the Kung Lao cameo especially. But I think the DLC cameos are very much delivering. You know, we got Tremor had variations. We have Chameleon, who's got like her classic trilogy, you know, swapping between the styles over time. I don't think it's going to be a manual shift like Tremor. Or maybe you shift... Actually, no, because in the trailer you see her do 2 Jade moves in a row. So it wouldn't be she switches after doing the move. It'll be interesting to see what she does. Well, how that works. You've already seen all her moves, I'm pretty sure. She has 3 throws. Like giving stuff like that means you get extra cameo moves. I know it's only 2 per start, it's not 3 moves this time, but add it up, it's 6 moves. She has 3 throws. Like, it's pretty damn good. It is pretty damn good. They are making the DLC cameos actually so worth it. You know, there's a value to them. I like that. They're still not £4 worthy, you know, but if they were like £2, that'd be cool. I mean, Chameleon's one who should have just been base roster. Because again, NPC. Like, why would you have an assist character be an NPC scheduled for DLC later? Could you not at least complete her for launch? The way it's worth it, but it's just a shame. But you know, scummy fighting game DLC practices. Main issue of the game, you know, microtransactions and stuff, and the lore. We'll get to the lore because Crunchy has a bio, and I thought it was like data mined, but no, NRS just leaked it themselves like a few weeks back, so we know the lore, and it's not good. The lore's not good, but that doesn't surprise me. The New Era lore is highly questionable. The story mode is like, that's more of a mixed bag, and I think most of the lore is irrelevant to the story, which just highlights how bad the retcons and stuff are, but it does mean that you can watch the story and a lot of it's relatively fine. But yeah, it'll be easy to show the gameplay when we get to Quantity specifics. I feel like talk about the DLC and just general stuff, how I'm feeling about the game right now, because I haven't talked about it in a while. I still don't own it. I'm not planning to own it, even though it's very cheap on Switch. I don't know. Quantity's very cool. Quantity's very cool. And I'm very happy. This trailer delivered. Did some cool stuff with him. I don't have any complaints about him, other than the fact that these are 2 characters who should have just been in the base game. That's like the only complaint, is that these are behind a paywall. Not that they're not worth the value. It's just the principle of they should have been base game. They're in the story and whatnot. Again, the game just feels incomplete when you think about it. But yeah, finishing on DLC talking, you've also got the other MK characters. You've got Ermac, who will be coming after Peacemaker, and Takedo's coming in last. And obviously you got more cameos with Farah and Movado. Those 2 are going to be really cool, because they've been doing like these 3-star things for the DLC characters. I'm very much wondering if Movado gets like his actual Deadly Alliance fighting styles. I don't know what they do with that. But I think there's a chance of that happening. Either way, it's Movado coming back. Movado's sick, so that's cool. for an actual assist character from MKX, makes sense to make her an assist in this game. I'm cool with that. And then there's like Janet Cage or Johnny Cage. And as I've said, it's both at this point. Look at the Nintendo eShop, description provided by the publisher, Warner Bros. Or NetherRealm, and in the cameos list, there's Johnny Cage. And then in press releases, they told people that it's Janet Cage. So I don't know. Either way, I feel it's a bit of a wasted slot for obvious reasons. Like Janet Cage would be a joke character, and I think that's funny. I think cameos could be used for that. But when you have so few assist slots, and this isn't even like an old classic MK joke, this is something you manufactured for this game. Janet Cage did not exist beforehand. It's just very weird. And also, there's no Cassie in the game, and not to dumb her down saying she's a female Johnny. I thought that's in my cameo video when I reviewed the cameos, but yeah, I don't feel she'll be that good. She'll probably be a fun assist, or Johnny will. I assume whoever it is gets the green glow, so that's neat. But yeah, you've got a plethora of better assists, both formerly playable characters and just like in general, Puggles, Quan Chi's Hellbat, make him a cameo for all I care, having Kombat Quan Chi's playstyle or whatever. Like you can get really quirky with some of these picks, and that's cool, but they're not doing much with it. What they've done so far is another Scorpion, where this one's Hanzo, so that's something. Another Sub-Zero, who may or may not be Bihan or Kwai, we don't know. And then just another Kung Lao, not the great Kung Lao, just another Kung Lao. And now we're getting either another Johnny or a gender bent Johnny. It's weird. Ermac, I don't know what they'll really do with his moveset to make it stand out. They took away his axe, obviously. I can't see him getting a weapon back. I really can't. They're like doing away with weapons and stuff, and obviously every character had a weapon. Almost everyone for a while, except like Smoke. And Smoke's ironically one of the few characters with a weapon in this game, a very generic knife that doesn't need to be in his moveset, but I digress. I don't know what they'll do in this gameplay. If his gears are masked, then it'll be fine, I'd say. Like his model is terrible. I don't know why they're going with this like grey old mummy like aesthetic. Just make him look like a guy. And normally I'm cool with like giving characters like distinct looks, but I'm actually just ugly. And I don't even know what it's meant to represent. Like this grey skin thing, he just looks ill. The costume itself isn't even bad. It's like one of my favourite Ermac costumes, except for the fact you see his toes. Just put a mask on, man. We're cooking. I'm pretty sure it's alts. I haven't cared to check, but he probably does. And then you got Takeda, who is very cool. We're cool to see what they do with him. In a gameplay sense, I think one of his characters is going to be butchered because this is not the game for him. This is not a next gen. All the characters are old, so you got these new younger heroes. Like he just doesn't fit in. We already know from Data that they're probably going to retcon him into just being Kenshi's cousin, which is lame. It's cool to have him back, but I don't. He's not even going to be in the story or anything. I don't get why you wouldn't just say he's from an alternate universe, which is your main like thing in this game. Just say it's an alternate universe, Takeda. It's not that hard. Comic Kids at DLC just say they're AUs. I think that works, but they're not doing that. It's weird. I also don't know why it's the last character in the Kombat pack. He's probably the least anticipated guy. But sure. Maybe that's why, I guess. You save the worst till last. I suppose that's a method. But yeah, here we go. I'll show the trailer now. And I'll get my actual thoughts on the gameplay specifics here. Whoa, we went real review. I've rewatched this like so many times. Not gonna lie. I think this is an outro. Yeah, that'll be his outro. Oh, skipped it. Right. So he has an octopus monster thing, he has some Cthulhu shit, which is cool. It's super random, but like it's dope. Like, look at this. This is the only time we see his face from what I've seen so far. I reckon his second fatality will probably involve it. His first fatality is probably the weakest part of his gameplay, honestly. It's very random. He summons some glass for some reason, and I don't know why. He doesn't even summon it out of a portal. He uses like telekinesis on it. It doesn't suit Quan Chi at all, and it's either an anime reference or it's like a horror movie, Hannibal, whatever reference. It's one or the other. I don't care whichever one it is. It's lame. But yeah, this thing is absolutely not lame. This weird like hell tentacle monster thing. Like, this is crazy. I'm realizing he has like different tentacles stuff. So he has ones that have like these like stingers. I guess not stingers, but these claws, and then you have ones that are just like regular tentacles and stuff. It's nuts. It's really nuts. It's very cool. And there's a lot of creative stuff with it. Basically, he summons tentacles out the portal, which I think is a very clever way of doing this. I like how it follows up from Puggles, the Hellbat in MKX. It's a shame he's not back because he's in Invasions. Or she, we don't know the gender of Puggles. But, yeah, like Puggles would have been cool to have. I think you could just make Puggles a cameo. I don't think they will, but we've had greater wasted slots on the cameo roster than Puggles. So I will mind that, but this makes up for it. You know, I would not mind him just like each game he's playable in, he just tames another like creature from the nether. I'm like, that's sick. You know, I hope we get some lore for this thing. Because if not, then that's quite underwhelming. He just has a mysterious tentacle monster thing in his little wherever he brings us from, the Shadow Realm. I don't know, but it's cool either way. I hope it gets a name. I hope it gets a very funny name, because like Puggles, that's a silly name, and that is Pitbull named Princess energy, right? Like you just got these like fucking scary ass monsters, and then he just gives them the cutest names. Like that's great. That is some great lore. So yeah, I'm very happy with this. This is like his new addition. Everything else is relatively faithful. It calls back to a bunch of stuff. Also, dislike anything. The portal, it's sort of forming the daylight shield, the V shape in a way, and then the tentacles are marking like the spikes. Someone pointed out this out on Twitter. Quan Cheesy, I think, very cool account, and I think that's a very cool touch. I don't think it was intentional, but it looks close enough. I can see it, and I just think that's neat. I think that's very cool. This is a cool shot regardless. Quan Chi's got like a bad back or some shit. Look at the skulls. The skulls look so fucking good in this game. They look fantastic. I like how they have like hexes on them, has like runes on them. That is a really sick touch. I'm a big fan of these skulls. And he does a lot. He does a lot of them in this game. We'll get to that.
Put your demons at my command, and we'll talk.
Shut up, Bihan.
Do you think my hand that weak, Bihan?
The voice actor for Quan Chi, very good. Another good Quan Chi voice. He never really gets a bad one except like Defenders of the Realm. Not that it's bad, it just doesn't really fit him. This one does. It might be a bit stoic, you know, but my problem with this Quan Chi, in terms of personality, is just we don't get to see him be goofy at the moment. And I hope his intro dialogues have some of that. The one on the I'm a Peacemaker is sort of goofy, because he's like, oh, you wish to fight me? And, yeah. Like, that's Quan Chi. You know, I hope you get more of that. Yeah, wax you with a tentacle, that's fun. I like Frost being so Sub-Zero for this trailer. It doesn't mean anything, but yeah. And there's Chameleon. Her colour like switches over time. It seems to go to a white. I don't know how her palettes are going to work, if she's even going to have any. Because she didn't in the games before. But Yeah, I assume she would, but I don't know if it'd mean anything outside of being in the menu because even here, she's alternating colors. And when she on it, she goes to like a white color. I don't think that's the palette. I think it just goes to that color, then goes to the next. I don't think that's like a palette choice or anything. See, I don't know what they do because we know in files she has like a Armageddon color, that Armageddon green, and then she has obviously the yellow in the story mode, which I don't know if it's meant to represent like an Umgadi uniform because they wear yellow, or if she's using Tanya's powers. I don't know what that's meant to represent. But the yellow power is cool because she doesn't actually use Tanya moves in this game, but in Armageddon she does. She gets a fireball off her. She doesn't use Tanya moves in this game, and it makes sense because that'd be a lot to keep track of with a cameo, swapping between like 4 different styles. People wanted 5. People wanted Scarlet too, and no, that's not necessary. I think Scarlet as well. You want to save for a cameo of her own. I don't want to do that. Also, Tanya doesn't even have fire powers anymore. I keep forgetting that she's not a pyromancer anymore, which is dumb, but it is what it is. I think Scarlet though, make her a cameo in like Kombat 2 or whatever. I think that'd be cool. I don't think she needs to be fully playable. I wouldn't mind it because I like Scarlet, but you don't need it. You don't. And straight away, like he goes into like his Tang Sudo style for Day and Nights. That's a cool bit with his stance. Like, look at the Paul ship. So Paul stomped her. It's an actual stomp again. Thank you for bringing that back. It is a single stomp though. If it's a special move, you'll probably be able to amplify, and he just like tramples on you. But also, this might be a combo ender, like an air combo ender, which I think is cool either way. I think that's creative. And the single stomp's quite fun. That he stomps on you once this time. He doesn't even bother trampling you. And like those paw kicks are crazy. You know, especially when you consider like they're probably high attacks, and it's gonna look like they're gonna be low attacks, but then it goes for a portal to be a high. That's fucking nuts. Like it's cool, but he's probably so annoying to fight against in gameplay. He has like his little kick for the portal, where he kicks your ass from behind. That's from MKX. I like that. Again, they do really good with the portal stuff. I don't even know why he did that much. He throws out a skeleton. That tentacle thing's going to be a special move because he can pop it up. This line's weird. His ending does this too, where they're kind of fixated on him trying to become a god. And like, I suppose you'd want that. It's just a very weird thing to specifically say. Like, yeah, he wants power, but wanting God was a very specific thing. Doing the ball roll there is yeah, switches to katana. That is Chameleon doing chameleon stuff. I've seen memes of just like people calling her Bob because she has a bob hair cut now, and it's actually animated, unlike MKX Tanya, and it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. I think the memes probably started from the weird like stands who like say stuff like mother as a compliment. Like, you people are just weird. Like, go outside. If that's your terminology is she ate or motherly, then fucking go outside. But so Quan here gets like a bounce, which I only kind of noticed recently because I haven't played the game. I'm not sure what specifically air combat, but it seems like everyone gets like a bounce to extend air combos, or at least just combos in general, which is another Armageddon thing. I don't know why they don't call this air combat. They call it air combos, whatever. They give it like a generic name. They don't call it air combat, when it's literally the Armageddon mechanic. Like it's a completely great like redoing of it, where everyone just has their own unique like fighting style in air combat. It's not the same free for each one. And like that's great. That's all you need to change with it. And they're not even calling it air combat. It is super weird. Because, like, you take the credit, man. This is a great feature from, again, you've brought back, and they're not even taking credit for it. It's weird. There's no technical coming out of Paul. He does it a lot. he's got his skull projectile. It's like the NKX one where like it manifests out his face, which is cool. This one, the animation one looks better as well because you can see it, like you can see the energy like pulling from his face. In NKX, it was like he like leant in, and it was kind of like Shao Kahn's like old mouth projectile, except he doesn't open his mouth. It was like he was spitting out skulls, whereas here you better see what the intention behind the animation is meant to be. So he cracks like 2 skulls together. That's just his that's just animation where he sends in a cameo, because there's like certain cameos. I can't remember what they're called, but certain moves with a cameo means your character has to stand still while they happen. So he just does that animation. That's what that is. Can you tell what that's called? And Quan makes a skull projectile to block stuff for him. That's very cool. It ties in with like the skull wall. I think that's a cool detail. This throw is crazy. Like, that's nuts.
I had hoped our alliance would be more...
Look at his face, he's angry.
all in good time, Shang Tsung.
Good intro. There's a tentacle, it's going to pop him up. Bounce off the ground. Throws in a full skeleton. Fuck yeah. Bring out the Armageddon skeletons. Love to see it. And just makes like a... Like, this is more of a Shinnok thing. Like, just making like a bone trap. It looks almost like a hand as well. It looks like a bunch of fingers, doesn't it? And maybe you could jump out of it, but I'm pretty sure you're stuck there. Which seems very annoying, but also very cool. And then he makes a pull. I don't know how this works, because surely he can't just do this whenever he wants. Although, maybe he can, because you have to set up the portal. So actually, you probably can, but like, it makes his projectile stronger. Purple skulls, you do like the big skull, you fall for a portal. His uppercut's a fucking skeleton. Another chameleon throw. Like, this is nuts. This is so nuts. That was a different tentacle, that one. And then you see all the tentacles there. Stab your knee. I like that chameleon has the golden size. I assume they're not even gear in the game. You probably can't even use them for Katana or Melina. Fatal blow's alright. Nothing too special there. The fatality, also nothing special here. Like, where does he get the glass from? He like manifests it. He doesn't even send it out a portal. Like, he made a portal and it fell down through his head. That'd be something. But no, he just makes glass. Like, they had a really specific fatality idea and just thought, oh, we'll do it now. Like, that's a cool visual. I like how it's not like over the top. Fatalities feel like they're going back to this, where they're shorter and it's more straight to the punch. It's not like MK11, where, for most of them that is, there are exceptions, but most of them, you know, you don't kill them on the first blow and just like fuck their corpse, do you? Like, it actually ends at a killing blow, so that's that.
Fatality.
Like, that chameleon, the animation is sick as well. For 740,
You wish to fight me?
his little face.
Senseless.
Yeah. Don't care for Peacemaker. I hope Movado comes with him. I just hope we get Movado soon. I want me some Movado. We don't really know the order anymore, because the reason people, myself included, we thought Movado would be coming with Quan Chi is, I mean, one, there's a connection there because they're nice, but just like more simply, they had a list of the characters in like the published listings, and that's a listing of like where these characters are going to come out. So we thought it'd be the same for cameos, because Tremor was first in that list, then it was Marta, and Chameleon was last, but Chameleon was here, so it is muddled. It's very out of order, so I don't know what's coming. Honestly, I'd probably do Janet next, because I don't think you should end it on Janet, because that's fucking disappointing. I'd say get her out of the way, probably, but also show me Movado. Also, it's like a lot of controversy about like wait times for this, and my take on it is, I think having the split periods for characters in the card pack, I think that's a fine system. I think that's really cool. I remember I bought the MK11 card pack when Shang Tsung dropped. You know, I was like, you'd go out to the game each time a character came out. Although, like, Nightwolf was sick. Then Tone came out, I was like, okay, this was not worth the wait. And then Sindel came out, I was like, okay, this is also not worth the wait. Then Joker and Spawn, they're pretty cool. That kind of made up for it. You know, I don't like guests, but like those two are pretty peak guest characters. And yeah, here we have what they're doing again, and like the wait times aren't that bad. You know, we got like Iron Man last month. My problem is like how do you do the cameos? One, I think there should be as many cameos as there are characters. Like, could you not throw in a sixth cameo? Seriously, £35, can't get six cameos. It's the fact that they're doing a release with the characters, and I assume they're doing this just so it's not jarring when the last character comes and they're without a cameo, because they have a cameo releasing in between each release. And again, spread out releases, but the trailers show that the cameo is ready. Hell, Peacekeeper might be ready. So I don't like this system if they have them ready. The whole point of waiting is to give them time to like make the character and stuff. Like, I like having the split release because it keeps the game alive, it keeps it active, it keeps you wanting stuff. But if you are just withholding content, which this game has been doing with a bunch of cosmetics, because all the cosmetics have been coming to the shop outside, like more Day Alliance skins and stuff, it's all been stuff that was in the files from day one. And it's in the story, a lot of it. But they're just like slowly feeding you the content that's already there. It's drip feeding you content, even though the game just like full release for a full price game, and they're drip feeding you content. Limited time content, half of it is. It's stupid. It really is. And Quan stuff better not be limited time. Just put it in the character mastery. He is paid DLC. The least you can do is compensation for having to pay for this character and having to wait for this character, is let the people playing Quan Chi get all his customization, all his cosmetics, just in the character mastery. No limited time bullshit, no microtransaction bullshit. Just give people the skins, and you know, that might at least make up for him being paid DLC for no reason. You know, least you could do. And also give us what his gear is. I hope it's not like the thing attached to his belt, which I don't know what it does. It probably does nothing, or else I would have showed it in the trailer. I think I might do it because they can make like Shinnok's amulet a gear piece, because it's where the amulet would be clipped on his belt normally. So that'd be cool, I guess. But besides that, it wouldn't be worth making that gear piece. I'd like to be his face paint, but I don't know. It might be his like shoulder pad things. Who knows? I think guessing the gear for the other character's pretty obvious. Like Ermac's gonna get a mask. I hope. If he gets anything less than a mask, and fucking hell, that'd be bad. Peacekeeper, I assume his helmet would be customization, but I can see him doing something dumb because the helmet's like the iconic part of the character. You can't change its look. Unless there's different versions of it, but I'm pretty sure it's just the one. It looks like shit though, so I hope it's gear. So there's like some cool alternative. Homeland's going to be a cape, probably, like a Bobby Bang. And Key's probably just going to be the mask again, because he has a mask here. I assume that'll be it. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts there. I'll go over to the bio. So yeah, NRS themselves leaked this. Neverhome Necromancer. Quan Chi was born to hard labor in an outworld mine. You see the problem straight away. Neverhome Necromancer. Born in Outworld. It's not even a relevant detail to the character as well. Like if you go with this lore, it's something that could have just been established in the Neverhome, and it would probably make more sense. No future, just guaranteed certain death in its Dark Souls. So he was born into like slavery. It's Outworld. It's ruled by like Sindel, who's meant to be a hero, and then you establish stuff like this, like major fucked up problems with this realm, and Sindel's just going to be treated like a flawed hero. It's so bad. It's so bad. It's the Kotal levels of bad, where Kotal was a terrible person, you know, genocided the Tarkatans twice, and we're just meant to be like, oh, he's just misunderstood, or oh, he made a mistake, let's forgive him. Like, no, he tried committing a fucking genocide. And here you have like Sindel being racist to Tarkatans, being a piece of shit to Li Mei, blaming her over something that wasn't her fault. And then Li Mei's chapter is wasted on her regaining her friendship with Sindel, this toxic relationship, and I'm meant to be happy for her. Like, fuck no. And then Lee May doesn't even show up after that. Brilliant. 10 out of 10 writing. I can't believe they butchered Lee May's character just to, like, service this trash Sindel take. Sindel was good once. Deception. Good then. Mediocre to garbage in recent years. I give her a break. Give her a very long break. I get you need her for this game. Don't bring her back for like a decade at least. Preferably longer. Preferably longer. Because what the fuck? Like you can't fix this. You can't. It's not the fault of the characters how they've handled Sindel. So yeah, again, when you establish stuff like this in Outworld, the blame falls on this intended to be heroic monarch who just has slaves. It's Kurt all over again. Just has slaves. You know, like oh, it's fine. It's fine because it's Outworld. Like no, no. The whole thing with Outworld was that they wanted like fucking liberation and shit from Shao Kahn. You can't just slap on a different person who's like nice to some of the heroes and then go, oh, but Outworld's fine now. Like no. The funniest fucking thing is Shao Kahn. You know, Cole's reign especially. This one is more muddied. But like, there's a lot of people who fare off better under Shao Kahn's rule. You know, there's a lot of lives that are just better under Shao Kahn's rule. Doesn't make Shao Kahn a better person, but you know, Owl's like a shit place to live in like Cole's rule. It would be in general, but like you were a bit safer under Shao Kahn's rule. The Sindel one is quite unclear because they don't flesh out this world well, and that's why it's unclear. To go very the minds of Quan Chi informed fellow workers who are planning a strike. Oh my god. This is literally M. Dickey like wrestling empire shit where you like snitch on a strike. It's so dumb. It's where many strikers killed. Like fucking hell. Like also, is this the time to be doing a story like that with all the actor strikes that are probably impacting this Derry DLC? This is very bad. The spies were not going to forgive and forget. They plot to kill Quan Chi. Like this is a fucking leap. Quan Chi's life is saved by a mysterious benefactor, Chronica Damashi Shang Tsung. One of the three. In exchange for her service, she offered to free him from the mines and train him in dark magic. Quan Chi eagerly accepted. Now master of the Nether Realm's most vile sorcery, Quan Chi plots with Shang Tsung to conquer the realms. He will not be denied. There might be more to that because there's no full stop, but you get the gist of it. And we can't hear this part because the story doesn't really cover it, and it's weird. Again, like he's supposed to be the co-main villain with Shang Tsung, but he takes a backseat. One, because he's not even playable, at least currently. Two, just like the intro focus on Shang Tsung. Like, you should have also had a scene of Quan Chi. You should have had a scene showing this. Like, logically. I don't really care to see it, but logically you should have shown that. And also, it's interesting. I feel this is a very interesting idea, because these are two of the characters where changing the law of him makes sense, because Liu Kang is trying to make him not a threat. You know? He's going to give him another chance. You know, that's cool. But he's going to fuck up your life so that you don't come to power. And then you have like this outside force, your Chronica, like somehow back. And she recruits these people, and like she's like the sorceress now. And I thought, okay, that could be actually interesting. But no, it's to set up like some AU Shang Tsung and Titan shit. Like, fuck off. There's genuine potential for this, and they filmed it. It does the actual lore in general. Like, I feel this wouldn't even be that bad, because again, this is one of the lore changes that makes sense with the premise. You know, changing villain lore to try and make him not a threat. That makes sense. That is one of the few changes that make sense. Because I say these are retcons, and I mean that, because yes, it's a reboot, but it's within the context of every change has to have a purpose behind it, because it has to be a decision Liu Kang made to change it. A bunch of stuff changing doesn't make sense for Liu Kang. He erases Dark Arts, you know. He erases realms like Edenia. You know, there's only like 5 realms left. It's fucking insane. It is so insane. How to say it now? You know, like it's all this goofy shit that has no rhyme or reason behind it. And some is just outright bad. Because again, you're erasing people. You're erasing races. It's fucked up. And the Netherrealm's still around. Like, if you're going to erase realms, then why is hell still here? It doesn't... Like, there are so many questions with what this guy does. And just, like, general, like, lore issues. Like, keep with time, you control, like, what happens with time. But they just kind of retcon it for this game to be you create the universe. Not enough people point this out, and I'm going to keep pointing out when I have to bring up Fire God Liu Kang. Because he is just God. He just makes everything, right? He makes the realms. That's the one being shop. So they've just kind of phased one of the most important bits of MK lore out of existence, and no one's questioned it. Like, there is so much batshit insane stuff with this lore. It's terrible. Quan Chi's having a victim of it, but he's definitely not the biggest one. Like, this is completely ignorable. Because again, like, look at his gameplay. That's not an Outworld. That's a demon. You know, like making him from Outworld, it doesn't suit him, but also it does nothing because he's still Quan Chi. So it's a pointless change. But yeah, it's still very dumb. You like having like the minds and now would have been something. And Flesh will never have it because I haven't seen it yet. Like, there's no reason, you know, like this bio doesn't cover like why he goes to Nero into the magic or anything. Like, he just does, and it's weird. If it was from Nero, it would make sense, you know. Also, you could just take this opportunity to just give him some lore, because Quan Chi actually has no proper backstory. His story starts at freeing Shinnok. Like, he's already up to like some dastardly shit. He's got a ton of powers to be able to do that. Like, there's no like villain origin story or whatever you want to call it. There's no like true past to this character. You could have just given it here. You really could have. But no, he's an outworld mind slave for some reason. Like it feels like he had AI just come up with these ideas. Like, there's no logic behind it. It's just a thing. So yeah, that's about it, really. It's done. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because none of this lore matters. And we're going to get another reset in about a decade, so... there's not much I can really say. So that's the end of this video. Thank you for watching. Big Quan Chi fan, you know. If I didn't have to pay extra, I'd probably get a game to actually try them out. But yeah, no, I don't want to spend like £90 just to try them or whatever. No thanks. So yeah, that's about it. See ya.